For decades, peer-reviewed research papers have been the standing authority. These are verified, they're credible, and human. But this could be changing and changing rapidly. A new study on AI has shown that AI has completely infiltrated scientific research papers. And it's not just the style that they're being written in, it's also their tone. And that can be pretty dangerous. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the API for Everyone Daily Brief.
Researchers in the United States and Germany analyzed over 15 million biomedical abstracts. These all came from PubMed. I'll put the link to that here, but this is a website that National Library of Medicine, National Institute of Health, this is the place to go if you're looking for this type of research. They just wanted to determine whether or not that models like ChatGPT have influenced academic writing. And I think the findings are going to shock some of you. It shocked me on where we're at right now. And keep in mind that in this study, they're not using these kind of AI detectors that we might use online when we're writing an article or a blog post where, you just copy and paste it and put it in. They are truly analyzing word patterns, what it was like before AI, what it's like now, and kind of a very in-depth study, if you will. And the team found a sharp increase in some words here: showcasing, pivotal, grappling. And these words started coming about in 2024. These weren't just sprinkled in, so you could tell that something had changed. They were used at statistically significant rates. It left this linguistic fingerprint, if you will, of AI involvement. Now, for me, this is shocking, and I'm going to get you the number here in just a second. Like, this is what's mind-blowing to me. But these are academics. Like, you would think out of anybody, these researchers, that they want their work, that they're a bit of, I don't want to offend anybody, but kind of the academic elite, if you will. It's my work. I want it to be human. I authored this peer review study. Like, that's just at least my perception of this. But here's what the study found. Their estimate, at least 13.5% of all scientific papers published in 2024 were touched in some way by AI tools. 13.5%. And this was published in Science Advances, and the paper shows a noticeable shift in how AI sounds. Why it matters. Well, tone shapes trust, and AI is very good at tone. When I do my AI workshops, I go deep into helping people formulate and craft tone, especially within their marketing. What do you want to sound like? Who do you want to sound like? Who are you speaking to? How can you meet them where they're at? In psychology, this is called the confidence heuristic. And if you're not familiar with that, this is the idea that we're more likely to believe people who speak or write with confidence. Studies show that when language sounds polished and assertive, we just assume the person behind it is more knowledgeable. Now, I can equate this a bit to the British accent. When I hear somebody with a strong British accent, they sound super smart to me. They could be talking complete gibberish, but that accent, they have my full attention. And this is exactly what AI tools do. They will take human input and make it smoother, clearer, more confident, maybe even put it in a British accent. But that doesn't mean the ideas are better. That doesn't mean the person speaking with the accent is smarter. It just means either they sound like they are, or to you or to me, it sounds like they are. If you're not familiar, I do recommend doing a little bit of research on this. It's a well-known study called the Confidence Heuristic Study. And basically the findings are, and this is where it gets scary, and I'll explain why. When someone sounds confident, we just assume that they're more informed. And the study found that it didn't matter if it was spoken or written. Humans, it sounds confident, we believe that it's true. Now, I did a video right here. This will tell you how dangerous all this is as we move forward. It was an experiment that happened over on Reddit without the user's knowledge. Some AI agents, bots were created. They acted human. They manipulated the people, and it was a debate forum, if you will. And the findings of the study were that the AI agents were 6 times better at changing the minds of the people in this forum than other humans were. Manipulation, right? Persuasion, all those different things. Now, you can also look at vocal markers of confidence. This is another thing that I think is very important for everybody to study. It's a review of paralinguistic features, say that 3 times in a row, pitch, tone, speed, volume. And here's what this study showed, that low pitch, steady pacing, and falling intonation boost listeners' perception of confidence. Listen to a TED Talk. Think about the vocal markers of confidence when you hear somebody in a TED Talk. So even without visuals, confident sounding language alone can completely influence belief. And we have plenty of studies proving that. How this impacts you. If you're in a role where research influences policy, product decisions, hiring, or public messaging, government, this matters. AI-generated writing often swaps technical nouns for stylistic verbs and emotional adjectives. That's not an accident. That's how it gains credibility in the reader's minds. This shift makes research feel more readable, more accessible, more authoritative, even when it's not. If you're not looking carefully, you could mistake polish for proof. And we all know, especially since 2020, we all have a lot more trust issues than we've ever had before. Follow the science, follow the money. We all know the narratives now that are out there. So who do we trust? And now we're in a world where 1 in 7 scientific papers may be shaped by AI. And that's a risk that every professional needs to take seriously. So what are 3 things that we can do right now to try to at least protect ourselves? Well, number 1 is ask for AI transparency in every report, or really dig deeper in something that you're reading to see who authored it. Don't just assume that it was authored by a human. I mean, we need to really start asking more questions about how much AI is involved with everything that we're doing as it continues to move forward. Because again, AI is not smarter than a human, at least not the AI that we out here as consumers use. It still hallucinates. It's still lots of mistakes, lots of errors. So we cannot fully depend on this technology at this point in time. And if academic elites are using this for their lifelong legacy research at a clip of 1 out of every 7 of these papers, 13.5%, that is scary because this is actually reshaping everything. Number 2, be skeptical is smooth. Remember the old saying, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Or those slick salespeople, the old used car salesmen that just talk, we used to call them slick willies. If something sounds completely polished and perfect, and question it, because it might be manipulating you. And tip number 3, set some internal standards now. Do not wait to do this. If your organization, your business, if you create reports, papers, any type of content, create some kind of policy that discloses how it's being used. Require that disclosure. What this is going to do is help prevent this passive overuse, if you will. Also, I have the right to know if this was written by a human, by AI, a mixture of the two. That way I can come in with my skepticism or my eyeballs and do my research or my evaluation. So that way I can make the best informed decision that I can make, understanding who authored whatever it is that I'm reading. Oh, one more thing. We trust voices that sound sure of themselves. That's just human nature. But now AI can mimic that confidence with terrifying precision. So that leaves us with one simple question. If a machine sounds like an expert, are we sure we still know what expertise looks like? Leave me a comment. Well, that's it for me today. Hope you found value. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, like button, bell notification, get in the conversation, share this so people get this information. We need it. Things are moving very quickly and people need to be very aware of what's going on. So my name is Harrison Painter. This has been your AI for Everyone Daily Brief. And until next time, keep creating, keep innovating, and most importantly, keep up. God bless.
Thanks for listening. I'm glad you stayed. One more spark for the plans you've made. If this show hit, go share the vibe. Like, subscribe, let's build this tribe. Been blazing trails, now I'm building new. Launch ready's live, and the work is true. No hype, no bull, no vaporware. Just